welcome back to my channel. I have changed the name from Healthy Ash to Healthy Atheist because I am an atheist, but my goal is to still be healthy, like physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Just kidding. Not spiritually. Spiritually, that's a vague term. Anyway, I'm starting season 2 of my journal reading because we've made it to 2008.
I'm so 2008. You're so 2008.
So here we go. The life of me back then. Talking more about marriage. January 1 of 2008. Happy New Year! Well, Sunday did not go how I hoped. Oh well, I shed some disappointed tears. I kind of figured I'd be disappointed after I read on that calendar about giving God all your disappointments. I need to forget about marriage, not worry about it, if it will happen or when, but just trust God and His timing and that yes, it will happen and the big picture will be beautiful. I cannot figure Him out, God. Who can really? He's mysterious. He won't let me. Let's just hope what He has planned is far greater than I could ever imagine. At any rate, I think I'll still go up to Pathway once in a while, just in case. Oh my word. Okay, sorry. My New Year's resolution is to still have no junk food, most anyhow, no journaling about food or diet, and last but not least, exercise first thing in the morning. I already failed that today, but I hadn't made the resolution till now, so that's fine. So, dear Lord, I pray that I'll be able to give you my dreams of marriage and trust your timetable and the fact that you do have a man for me or a better plan and that I'm on the right track. Oh, this is where I ended up. I'm single. No longer a Christian. God? It's a good thing there is no God. Last night was fun. I don't count it as pointless, so that's a good thing. Something interesting and timely from the Purple Book. His Princess, the purple devotional book that speaks for God. There we go. It brings me great pleasure to see internal beauty blossom inside of you, to watch you grow up in me. I delight in every moment we spend together. I delight in giving you the desires of your heart. I delight in hearing you call out to me. Don't ever feel like you're unimportant to me. There's no reason for you to feel unsure of my love for you, because you are one of 7 billion humans on the earth, and I do care about you specifically. Sorry, I ad-libbed that last bit. I am always waiting for you to delight yourself in me and in my love. It is my pleasure to bless you abundantly. Don't look to anyone else to meet your deepest wants and needs, because you'll only end up empty and disappointed. Only I can turn your tears into joy and fill the emptiness in your heart. So delight yourself in me, and you'll live life to the fullest, because you are my delight. That's on page 172 of the Purple Book, His Princess, in case you want to reference it. January 4th. I pretty much scratched the AM workouts because, man, Wednesday when I did, I had cramps and dry heaves, miserable. That sounds rough. But I think I'll do it on the Mondays and Thursdays before I go to the Smiths, and early if the kids are around or I work at Beck's, so there you go. That was a pointless entry. So apparently I'm not going to write about my food. I'm just going to constantly talk about exercise and how I don't exercise. I am a regular exerciser these days. I just, like I've said before, I need to get my diet into again. I've become a whole food plant-based vegan. You can check out some of my recipe videos, my cooking videos. I'm not a cook, but I try. January 5th. Hold on. Crap it all. January 5th. I'm sorry, but I cannot give up on the idea of Mark Orwell so easily. Rachel, you numbskull. Just give it up. Oh, newsflash, I did not end up with Mark Worrell. Have I said that before? I've probably said that about some other guy. Sorry. Okay. I think I'll ask Lisa if I can spend the night at her house and then hit Pathway in the morning and then see what happens. Hopefully something will get orchestrated and God will show me that I'm not so far out in left field and I am on track with this whole foolish idea of Mark Worrell. Oh well, what will be, will be. Yes, what will be, will be. January 8th. Did I finagle that all? I must have. January 8th. I didn't see him once again on Sunday. I hope he hasn't fallen off his Jesus boat. I don't know if it should be any of my concern anyway. I haven't given up completely, but almost. I signed up for a Friday night class, English 233. Hopefully it will go well enough. I think I'm going to ask Scott about pharmaceutical sales, see if he has any inside info about it. You have to be really pretty to do pharmaceutical sales. I am not really pretty. And I wouldn't want to be in pharmaceutical sales these days because I don't like big pharma. I figure if I'm going to be single my whole life, I may as well be successful with a lucrative career, not a spinster type teaching career. Besides, to get into farm sales, I think you just need a degree, so I'll get my degree in English ed, which I didn't. I went graphic design later. And become a salesperson and at least be wealthy, huh? Or meet a nice Christian doctor. Nah, I'd still rather my love story be God written and include Mark Worrell, but I will no longer dwell on it. I'll continue to give God the opportunity to orchestrate that, but it seems he's doing a fine job of making sure I don't get any opportunity to talk to the man. Normally I just talk it up to it's not his will and forget it, which I'm sort of doing, but I can't help but think Satan has his disgusting hands in the whole situation. Oh yeah, good old Satan, always meddling in my business. What do I know? I'll go to Pathway a couple more times, and if there's still no sign of the guy, I'll move on. Maybe he switched churches. Maybe, yeah, he couldn't stand all the ladies pining after him and telling him that he was God's gift to them. I don't know if that really happened, but plausible. Pathway a couple more times, and if there's no sign of the guy, I'll move on. So, Lord, tie Satan's hands, get Mark there when I'm there, and let's get this ball rolling, shall we? I suppose time will tell. My obsession will fade along with my interest, and I will go on. At least I'm skinnier and weighing at 143. Woo, woo, woo! That's a good change in my life. Yeah, that's you met a goal. So there you go. January 9. Morning by morning. Okay, this is Isaiah. Morning by morning he awakens me and opens my understanding to do his will. Isaiah 54? Yeah. I didn't mean to write that there, but I finished it anyway, in hopes that it'll become a reality in my own life. I was watching Oprah today, and she said to live by your own truth, or to be true to your own truth, something like that. That to me goes against the absolute truth of God's truth. This was further confirmed as I read in Isaiah 50:11. But watch out, you who live in your own light and warm yourselves by your own fires, this is the reward you'll receive from me. You will soon lie down in great torment. The verse before it reads, I don't use quotation marks when I'm quoting the Bible, so it's kind of hard to follow. The verse before it reads, who among you fears the Lord and obeys his servant? If you are walking in darkness without a ray of light, trust in the Lord and rely on your God. Isaiah 50:10. Oh, that's so encouraging. So basically it is a call to the lost, and if they choose to go their own way, then they choose hell. That is not not true. They're not choosing hell. Oh, crap. I don't know. Do I want to get into why that doesn't make sense? Or yes, that often Christians will tell you, well, if you don't choose God, you're choosing hell. No, I'm not choosing either. I'm not convinced that there is a God. And if there is, that's like, okay, so you're getting mugged. Somebody comes, give me all your money or I'll shoot you.
Do you really think it's fair that God would send me to hell just because I don't believe he exists? Whoa, hold on there. God doesn't send anyone to hell, buddy. You send yourself to hell by choosing to disobey God. You have the free will to choose, and you're choosing hell, not God. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you've all heard about how Benny Yahweh allegedly murdered Mr. Athens, but was that the actual state of affairs? Fortunately, security cameras recorded the entire incident, so there can be no doubt that the death of Mr. Athens was, in fact, the result of suicide.
Enter your goddamn wallet right now. What? No, get away from me. Look, either you give me all your goddamn money right now, or I'm gonna blow your frickin' head off. I'm not gonna give you a single dime, pal.
And there you have it, folks. You can't deny it. Mr. Yahweh gave Mr. Athens a clear choice. Mr. Athens had the free will to either obey the defendant and live, or disobey and die. He chose to disobey, so the defendant, in fact, did not murder him. Mr. Athens chose to die.
In the case of first-degree murder, we, the jury, find the defendant, Benny Yahweh, not guilty.
Oh, thank God! Thank God! Now give me all your frickin' money, or you're dead!
Oh my God, here, take it!
Bailiff, he's robbing that woman!
Not so fast, bailiff. There was no robbery. She chose to give him that money. Hey, there's a robber pointing a gun at your head right now, and he wants you to give him all your money or he's gonna shoot you in the face! I don't see any robber. Trust me, he's there! Hurry! Good job, buddy.
You're one of us now.
But this was my thinking back then. Obviously, I thought people were choosing hell if they didn't choose God. I had no idea. I was in a bubble so big. There's no such thing as your own truth or living your own truth. There's only God's truth. Who told you that, Rachel? Your truth? January 14th. So I found a reason why maybe God didn't honor my 25-day junk food fast. They love to make a show of coming to me and asking me to take action on their behalf. We have fasted before you. Why aren't you impressed? We have done much penance, and you don't even notice it. I'll tell you why. It's because you're living for yourself even while you're fasting. What good is fasting when you keep on fighting and quarreling? This kind of fasting will never get you anywhere with me. No, the kind of fasting I want calls you to free those who are wrongly imprisoned and to stop oppressing those who work for you. Treat. What? Isaiah 58, 2-6. So this basically tells me that I was selfish in my fast. I need to volunteer my time, stop snapping at my mom, and be more forward with the gospel. The footnote to some of this says, God says he wants our fasting to go beyond our own personal growth to acts of kindness, charity, justice, and generosity. This truly is pleasing to God. Once again, I need to help Shauna out more with her campus life. Since I don't have class on Monday, I need to get more real and straightforward with those kids and people I come in contact with. So there you go. Hindsight 2020, January 16th. So I have been extremely bored lately because Beck's on maternity leave, school's been out, etc. At any rate, I wanted to read a book. I thought maybe a dating relationship book would be good. So today I finally go into the big room to find a particular book. Big room. When God Writes Your Love Story. It wasn't there. He's Hot, She's Hot was. And so, those books are so annoying. And so was the one written by Joshua Harris, the second one. Which was it? I don't know. I didn't really want to read those. However, it occurs to me now that maybe Zach or Lauren or Jake would benefit. Yes, let's put some God marriage on them. Those are my nephews and niece. I digress. Then I see The Power of a Praying Woman. Thought, it said, I thought it said or was wife, but realized it wasn't, so I grabbed it and have started to read it. Oh yeah, what is that? What's her name who wrote that? I forget. I don't think it was an accident. I think it'll do me good. Besides, had I had the opportunity to talk to Mark these past couple of Sundays, I never thought to read a dating relationship book, nor come across this one. So it's a good God thing, I'm sure. On another note, come February, I'm going to once and for all ban peanut butter and only eat the all-natural when needed. Get it? Got it? Good. I've decided to allow chocolate, the candy kind. Rach, I'm supposed to be writing about food. What are you doing? Writing about food? Maybe just till February. I'm not supposed to be writing about this, am I? See, I know me. But ever since I allowed myself these stupid free days, I've been struggling. So come February, the hammer must fall once again. This'll be a breeze, and come New Zealand, I'll be at 140 easy. That's all I want to say about that. Yo, owie. People used to say yo, owie. They don't say it very much anymore, do they? January 26th. My eyes are so stinking itchy right now. It annoys the living daylights out of me. I need to figure out what I need to do to avoid itchy, annoying eyes. They usually come on Saturday when I don't exercise or on Sundays. The answer? Maybe the answer is to make sure I exercise first thing in the morning, then do my cleaning and then shower. I'll try it next Saturday. Tomorrow I'll exercise first thing. I'm on the fence about going to the pathway. I want to, but I don't want it to be another miss, another waste of time and gas. But Rachel, you're hearing the word of God. You're going to church. How could that be a waste of time or a waste of gas? Sarah, my sister, is not going to go for the whole out-of-state school thing. Oh, I think I'm going to try and convince her to go to school out of state. I guess I could do it by myself, because Lord knows I need to move out, and plus, it lines right up with my timeline deadline, August 1 of 08. I suppose I could just move up to Fort Wayne and go to IPFW more. I suppose that'll be what'll have to happen if I don't ever get the opportunity to go out with Mike Noel. Jeez. And then marry the man. Can you imagine how flippin' excited I will be if I'm able to come home tomorrow after church and announce I have a date? Then show them on the computer who he is, then tell them the whole entire God story, all the while Mother not being around to hear a word, and then when she gets home, how shocked she'll be. But as usual, this is my head and my hopes and my heart, and I don't know for sure if it lines up with God's head, hopes, and heart. I would like to think so. So final thought, I'll go and not worry about if my friends think I'm stupid for driving all the way up there. I really want to talk to Mark. Surely he'll be there, and surely I'll see him, and surely I'll be able to catch him. Catch him more ways than one. Kaylin came up to my room to ask me where the chips were. I told her that they were beside the toaster, which is beside the fridge. She was so cute. Cute little Kaylin and Shay and Noah. January 27. battery's dying. Sure enough, I didn't see the man. Am I surprised? Well, kinda, considering I used to see him all the time. But I must say, oh well, because before the day transpired, I told myself if it didn't happen today, I was going to give up and give it to God. Heck, if God wants us together, he doesn't need me meddling or orchestrating. Besides, I wasn't all that comfortable asking the man out of the clear blue sky, although I would have, but was never given the opportunity. So I suppose that's a good God thing, eh? I told myself if today didn't go how I wanted it to, then I'll head into the direction of out-of-state school, which I didn't. But as I looked into it further, it seems as if my first choice schools don't let education majors in. I guess I better set up an appointment with the lady, see what she says. All in all, I need to forget about Mark Orwell if I can. Dang it all, I thought sure this one would fly. God knows best. I must submit to his will and plan for my life, whatever that may be. Unless it involves living with my parents for the rest of my life, then I may have to twist the big man's arm to adjust it a bit. So I give up. No more going to Pathway with a mission. I did like the service today. It pertained to me, so it wasn't a total waste. Lord, I want different friends. I'm not the biggest fan of the Fort Wayne crowd. They don't need me, and I only need them for something to do, even though I don't even like it all that much. So will you work on that for me, since you don't seem to be putting my husband in my path? I guess it could always be worse, but to be perfectly honest, I'm not interested in any husband unless it's Mark Orwell. And if that's just me, and God has nothing to do with this desire, then so be it. It won't happen, and life will go on. Okay, so I wasn't a complete idiot. I knew some things that life would just go on. February 1st. Well, it's the first day of February, and I plan to fast almost all of junk food. My stupid weight is back up to 148. Stupid! The plan is to not eat any junk except one serving of ice cream when applicable, and one serving of trail mix, if I even have it. So there you go. I keep trying to give my non-existent love life to God, but I am afraid he's not going to do anything with it. But that's a fact I may need to accept. BJ asked Shauna out. No, BJ's Holly's brother. Lord, if that be your plan for her, you know what you need to do in Jesus' name. It's interesting. I had mentioned to her about him, and the next day was with Holly, and I was all set to go that ball rolling when I read something in. For crap's sake, I cannot. This is probably miserable listening to me read this stuff because it doesn't make sense. Well, anyway, I read something in his princess book that told me to let God orchestrate it, so I backed off. We were trying to set Shauna up with Holly's brother, right? That's strange. He's a mess, like a lot of people. Sorry, I didn't say that. Okay. So I backed off, but turns out I wasn't way out in left field on that. So if I could only get my grubby hands off my own life and let God take over, I'm sure I'd be fine. I read in Jeremiah today something that kind of pertained to me. You can make everything in the Bible pertain to you if you want to. That's Jeremiah 6:16. Travel its path, you'll find... What? Travel its path, you'll find rest for your souls. But you reply, no, that's not the road we want. Sort of like me with God. I think I know what I want and how it should go, but God has another idea. I want God's idea, okay? I must keep giving stuff to God, especially my hunt for a husband. Help me with that, dear Lord. It's hard to give up the whole hope and idea, but I can through Christ who strengthens me. I've got nothing to add. So yeah, I almost lost it tonight food-wise, but I was watching Stick It and realized Once again, every bite of food counts, and I need to reactivate my food and exercise journal for the month of February. Also, the problem with being thicker at 1:48 makes me not want to do anything. My class was canceled, so I hadn't much to do, but Rose called. Didn't want to go because of my roll-fat stomach. Jarvis and Tyler called, still not want to participate because of my fatness. So I've decided to go extreme in February and lose all this annoying job, so I will no longer frick with my social life.